Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Jason just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad.
That's right.
It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 370. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
The power bottom.
And I'm the intern.
Hey, we're all here. It's nice to have everyone back. And I think this is the first one we're all back in for the beginning of the year, so congrats. So,
Yay.
Blake,
Yes.
welcome back.
Thank you. I missed the one episode I wanted to be on last week. I'm really upset.
You know what you also missed?
What?
The 1 week that you were able to gloat about the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I know. It was horrible.
Hey, you know
I
what?
know. I was like two things. I could have gone on for 20, 25 minutes about, humiliating Pittsburgh and all that kind of fun stuff. And then, going all Gronk with the 369 stuff. You know what that means.
Gronk. Me caveman. Gronk was playing this weekend, Tampa versus the Saints, and he caught the ball, and I just did it out of habit. It just went, me Gronk, me catch the ball. And my oldest son goes, why do you do that, Dad? And
you heard him yell Hobie when he spiked the ball. He was like, Hobie!
He did.
369!
69. And I had to tell him that he's a caveman. A caveman, though, that has saved his money well, though. He does not spend any of his contract money. So, good for him. So, anything going on? Jim, how are you doing over there, Power Bottom?
I'm not bad.
Okay. Anything exciting with you?
Not really. Let's see what I watched this week. I watched a lot of trash this week because I haven't been able to sleep. So I pulled up HBO Max and went to just older movies that I wouldn't mind, that would probably make me go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's HBO Max, not related to Cinemax, right?
No. So I end up sitting through. I watched Meatballs.
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Still a decent movie.
At least I had the right trait of mind to turn off Meatballs 4 after about 8 minutes.
Did you go through the whole...
Did you watch through the successive Meatball movies?
I wasn't.
They only had
they
1
did
and 4.
Oh, okay.
HBO Max only had 1 and 4. 4 stars Corey Feldman.
Doesn't he
Because
star in all
Cinemax
of
had the
them?
rights to 2 and 3.
Yikes. Did not know they made a 3, let alone a 4.
Yes.
Well,
2 was terrible.
The clothes that Bill Murray's wearing in Meatballs 1, that's not wardrobe. Those are the clothes he showed up the day of shooting because they didn't know if he was actually going to be in the movie or not.
Yeah, he said he'd be there. That's the way it is. He doesn't have a signed contract. He just tells people yeah, I'll do it.
And then you don't hear from him until the day of production. You're like, oh shit, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I didn't know that one all the way back to his first movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's pretty funny. So the clothes that he's actually wearing in that is what he showed up in.
Let's see what else. Then let's see. I watched Ski School. Yeah, I stayed up through that.
Ski School?
I think I've actually seen that. It's a horrible 80s movie.
Oh, it's so bad. Chasing Amy.
That's a good one.
Okay. That was the 90s. That's okay.
Chasing Amy used to be one of my favorite films. Does it hold up now?
I still think it does.
Okay.
That's the one with Joey Lauren Adams, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The entire first scene when the black comic is there giving his panel.
Yes. What's a Nubian?
What's a Nubian?
Bitch, you almost made me laugh. Get the fuck out.
Why didn't you? I didn't know you were going to go with Black Rage.
Super X.
Oh, that was probably the best part about it, and I just the story and the way that Holden gets to his thought process of I think we need to do a threesome is completely flawed, and I don't think any rational person would come up with that.
A rational person didn't. It was Kevin Smith who came up with that.
I just like when Joey Lauren Adams' character goes, no, and you just hear him go, thank Christ.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Speaking of Joey Lauren, she was in what's that thing I shared with you guys this week? The worst movie ever, worst sci-fi, Biodome.
Biodome.
Yep.
I mean, they tried to make her as hot as possible, with the skimpy outfits they made the two female leads wear. But I was like, man.
Just to let you know, Meatballs 4 is called To the Rescue.
Yes.
Jack Nance is in it.
In both Corys or just one Cory?
Just one.
Then it's not worth watching.
Yeah, I think Corey Haim was dead by then.
Oh.
Here's it came out in 92.
Well, maybe it wasn't.
Here's the issue. It's under 90 minutes. It's 84 minutes.
So they did a lot of editing.
Yes.
If you can get through all 84 minutes, God bless you.
But Blake, you shared that thing about Biodome, and they mentioned something about it being like in the top 10 worst movies in who's the place that the critic
Leonard Maltin
website? No, the website
Rotten Tomatoes.
Not Rotten Tomatoes. The
Joe Blow.
Metacritic maybe or
Metacritic. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
And I started looking at the movies in there, and I want to challenge everything I learned from movies to watch those movies. I mean, they talk about how they love bad movies. They need to watch every movie on that list that scores a 10 or lower.
Yeah. That was
report that.
That was a day off afternoon. I had nothing to do, and Biodome came on, and early Pauly Shore was funny, and then he got really old real quick. So I sat down and watched it anyways because it's got Baldwin and it's got Joey Lauren Adams in it, and I just kept watching, and I'm like, this is really bad. So then I started looking up the IMDb stuff on it, and I shared. A review popped up. It was it's the 20th anniversary of one of the worst movie ever. I think is what they titled it. And I had to share it with you guys because I sat there and I was like, I can't believe I just watched this movie. It's horrible.
Pauly Shore was on Ridiculousness. Yes. When I was flipping through. And it was from 10 years ago. And
this episode is now shit. We're talking about ridiculousness.
No.
You need to stop flipping through ridiculousness and just skip right over it.
No. Because the reason I brought it up is because Blake mentions that Pauly Shore, his humor got old real quick. And he was on there, and it was maybe 5 years ago. And I'm just like, oh God, this guy was the top of the food chain on MTV, and now look at him oh, it's bad. It is bad. He's running a...
It was quick.
Yeah.
It was very quick. It helps it when your mom's Mimi and runs the Comedy Store.
True.
That helps an awful lot too. But yeah, it's it's rough.
The best thing that Pauly Shore's done in the last 20 years is Pauly Shore's dead.
I heard that was good.
Where they put the rumor out that he's dead and they go interview people.
I'm interested.
fun fact, Meatballs 3 stars Patrick Dempsey and Shannon Tweed. The plot is when a porno queen who died on the job.
Tweed.
No, Sally Kellerman.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
character.
That's a step down for Sally Kellerman. Meatballs 3?
A porno queen who died on the job tries to enter heaven by helping a summer camp nerd, Patrick Dempsey, meet girls. That's the plot.
Wow.
It worked. He became McDreamy.
well, before he became McDreamy, after that movie, he delivered pizzas, didn't he? And then he became McDreamy.
It made a whopping $2.1 million at the box office.
That's a lot in today's money.
Came out in 1987.
All right, Jim, I've got the list of Metacritic's movies that scored a 1.
Oh, but Biodome was number 1 on that list, right?
It was on the list of things that scored 1 out of 100 on there were like 10 of these movies. Yeah. Biodome is one of them. This one surprised me. I thought it might be a little higher because I actually heard of it, was Hard Bodies.
I can't remember it.
That's on HBO Max.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Jim saw it.
I did not watch it.
Is this worse sci-fi films or just films?
Just films.
Okay.
This one sounds pretty bad. The Singing Forest from 2003. 2 lovers killed during the Holocaust are reincarnated. The first soul to return now has a 22-year-old daughter who is now in love with her father's past life lover.
Oh, my God.
Who comes up with that concept?
I'm sorry, what was that called?
Who comes up with that plot?
The Singing Forest from 2003.
Who thought that was a good idea?
We've got 2013.
There you go, Jason. Mark it down.
2013
Got it.
inappropriate comedy with app in capital letters. But in this comedy film, a computer tablet full of the world's most hilarious, offensive apps breaks through the borders of political correctness, stirring up cultural anarchy.
Is that on Quibi?
Nothing is, so... And there goes Brian.
Quibi's on Roku, bitches. I got you, Brian. I got you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. High road. Taking the high
It
road.
has the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh, no.
I liked those cards when I was a kid.
Not the movie,
But this
though.
movie concept, no.
A 2014 movie called Not Cool. A group of modern-day Pittsburgh teenagers spend their Thanksgiving break experiencing a mixture of love, friendship, partying, and sex.
Well, it's Pittsburgh. Of course they're not cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Beside Geek should do a report on that one.
Oh, geez. This one has a long synopsis.
Quick one. Love it.
10 rules for sleeping around. Ben and Kate are on the verge of marriage, but waiting for Ben's company to take off before committing. The best friends, Vince and Cameron, have been married for years and are finally sharing the secrets that keep their relationship exciting. The 10 rules for sleeping around. And
Number 1. Swinging.
No.
Then United Passions. Ooh, this one even has people I've heard of. 3 Men is played by Gerard Depardieu, Sam Neill, and Tim Roth.
That's some hot men right there.
I didn't say hot, but they established FIFA and helped make the World Cup the most popular sporting event in the world.
Oh, this is this was basically funded by FIFA. I remember this now. They said...
Oh, yeah. Tim Roth plays Sepp Blatter, the guy who was arrested a couple of years ago.
They said it was the most awful film just because of how much, they just, FIFA just said, no, really, we're fine. It's okay.
And then Biodome, Chaos from 2005. Quite definitely one
Statham.
of the... What?
Is that Jason Statham?
It doesn't say who's in it that I can see.
I'll find
It's quite definitely one of the most brutal displays of violence ever set to celluloid. Chaos is a dark fairy tale about two happy teens whose rose-colored contact lenses tint their wooded path a little too densely, causing them to lose themselves in their youthful immortality, and the big bad wolf is all too real. That doesn't even tell me anything.
Jason Statham, Ryan Phillippe, and Wesley Snipes.
Oh.
Directed by Tony.
Not rated.
Directed by Tony Giglio. Yeah.
Of course.
It did not It did not receive a North American release until 3 years later, when it went straight to DVD. That was a rough.
Straight to DVD.
And then the last one on this list is my phone. There we go. Death of a Nation is 2018 President Trump movie.
Yeah. Is that the sequel to Birth of a Nation?
It's Trump propaganda is what that one is.
Is it directed by Michael Moore?
I think it's even worse than anything directed by. Well, no, Michael Moore would be anti-Trump, not pro-Trump.
I don't.
It is directed by Dinesh D'Souza.
Oh yeah, he came out with a new one this year or last year. It's 2020. Yeah, he's about as bad as Michael Moore. So,
we should maybe we should try and get Brent from our friends at the Home Video Hustle to watch one of these. They're always looking for bad movies to watch.
They are. Hey, Jim, just to let you know, on HBO Max, if you're looking for something to watch, I watched Snakes on a Plane the other day. Not a good film. Not a good film.
Did you watch the edited for television?
No. It was on HBO Max.
Oh. The edited for television is fun just to watch and listen for the edits, Get these monkey-loving snakes off this Monday through Friday plane.
It was still better than Soul Plane, so that it does have that coming over it.
And Soul Plane was better than The Terminal. Go figure.
Oh, God, The Terminal. That was like 6 hours of my life I wish I had back.
Speaking of terminals, did you guys see that Chicago, the guy, they had found that he'd been living in the airport for 3 months?
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
He was afraid of
Isn't
COVID,
that what,
right?
The movie Tom Hanks was based on?
Yeah,
Well,
it was
except-
like... Go ahead, Jeff.
No, it can't be that Tom Hanks was based on that if it just happened.
Oh, he got the idea from that movie, right? No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Why? It was because he was afraid to fly, right, Brian? Afraid of COVID, right?
Yeah.
And the airport protects you from COVID?
Well, up until the holidays, nobody was there.
I would be thinking any place where that's a hub of where people gather to go elsewhere would be the worst place to be.
It's a California man who police claim to be too afraid to fly due to COVID-19 hid out for 3 months in a secured area of O'Hare Airport until this weekend's arrest. He's charged with felony criminal trespass to a restricted area.
Did he charge the Capitol?
No, you know what the problem was? He was from California, so he's actually really homeless.
Wow.
It says he lives with roommates in Orange County, L.A., and does not have a criminal background.
Is his name Cato Kalin?
What's that?
Is his name Cato Kalin?
Wouldn't his roommates call like missing persons?
They might have called him, talked to him all the time.
It said he found an airport ID badge that belonged to an operations manager, and that's how he was able to get in and out of wherever he was staying for 3 months.
Hey, aren't you the new guy? That new guy works. I see him here all the time.
He gained 87 pounds based on Funyuns for lunch every day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
He has a master's degree in hospitality.
I thought you actually were going to say in hustling. He's got a master's degree in hustling.
Hospitality.
So from October 19th to January 16th.
Oh, good for him.
All right.
Good for him.
Nothing says Christmas like an airport. So,
I wonder if he left the airport and would come back, or if he was just in the airport the whole time.
for the sake of this story, he should just be in it the whole time. Just be in it.
If it's O'Hare, that's a pain and a half to get in and out, especially if you're switching between international and domestic.
Well, since he wasn't flying, I don't think he had to worry about that.
He would just he would just go through customs for fun. Got anything to declare? Nope.
That hospitality degree came in real handy.
Hey, Jim?
Yep.
Why aren't you sleeping? You okay?
Oh, I haven't. I slept until like 4 today, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, you said you weren't sleeping and you were watching Meatballs, and that's a bad case right there. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Oh no! At night I can't sleep, so I turn stuff on,
Gotcha.
and I end up falling asleep around 7 or 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then sleep till like 4.
Okay. I gotcha. I started watching, binge watching West Wing at night, and I'm almost done through with the first season. It's on HBO Max. I've never seen it before, but it's Brian's fault. He got me on Sports Night again for like the 6th time. So after I got done with that, I was like, man, I really missed the walk and talk. I need to have another show with the walk and talk. So I turned on West Wing, never seen it before. It gets preachy, but, I find it hard to believe there's this many good people in politics, just in the White House. But overall, I really am enjoying it a lot. I think it's really well done. So, and I do like how Rob Lowe was the big name, and each episode I'm seeing less and less of him, or he doesn't have as important of a role.
Oh yeah, he pretty much disappeared quickly out of. I never watched it, but I mean, I was reading about how Rob Lowe was all disappointed at how his role, because like I said, he was supposed to be the star and ended up.
Yeah,
God, I don't know. Did he even last 3 seasons?
4 seasons.
Well, after he left the White House, he went on to be mayor of Pawnee.
Was he the mayor?
No, he wasn't the mayor.
No, not the mayor. He was the head of
Community.
state park.
He was from the state. He was a state government employee in charge of their budget and whatnot.
I always like that every show that Rob Lowe's in is about 4 seasons, and then he gets bored.
I suppose he did become the city manager. That's why he came back.
Yeah, literally.
Little.
Well, he is now a fireman, so more excitement.
That's true.
there.
He did move to Texas to become a fireman.
He does have a podcast, and it's actually called Literally.
Yeah.
Does he talk about sleeping with the nanny or the maid or whatever? Oh, sorry, that was a sore subject for him. Bad time for Rob. I just know that he does the Atkins diet, and he's been doing it for 20 years because I see his commercials. And if you I've gone through almost the first season of West Wing, he never takes a bite of a sandwich with bread on it. He always holds it, but he's never taken a bite. And I'm always watching has he done this?
You're waiting to see him eat the.
Yes.
Well, it's working
I feel
for
like
him
you might
because
be
he's
missing
still a
more
good-looking man.
important.
What's that, Brian?
I feel like you might be missing more important aspects of the show.
Storylines.
Yes. Rob Lowe eating bread is not one of the major story arcs of the West Wing.
Really?
Yeah.
I
thought that would be high up
Contrary
there.
to rumor.
It's a good cast. I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot.
Did anybody ever eat chicken wings on the West Wing?
Boo. Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. What were you going to say, Brian?
So I've watched it twice now
Mm-hmm.
in the last 18 months.
Really?
And the second time it was actually better because I picked up on a ton of stuff I missed the first time through.
Okay.
So I've got a couple of friends that live in DC, and they said just for the location, the the shooting of it in and around DC is like almost 100% accurate. So,
like I said, I mean, I couldn't even imagine working. I mean, those guys never go home. Like, I couldn't even imagine that. I was like, and I get it. Like, you're only there. Most of them, in theory, are only there for 1 to 2 years at the job, anyways. Maybe 3, but
yeah. And
you know
anytime you have a spike in delivered pizza orders, some third world country needs to run and hide.
Is that the plan?
That's right.
Jeff, have you watched anything this week?
Cobra Kai. I finished up season 3 of Cobra Kai.
Did you like it?
Yay.
I did. I really liked it. It flows along with the rest of the shows or whatnot. So it didn't make any drastic sudden shift in theme or feel, and I think it was a great season.
I've yet to start that season. I want to, but I just haven't.
And it really gets you to want to see season 4.
Yeah.
You really want to know what comes next.
Rumor is Elizabeth Shue is coming back. Is coming for season 4.
She's in season 3.
Is she?
She makes an appearance in season 3.
Okay.
She's in the finale.
Oh, spoilers.
You have to wait to see Elizabeth Shue, just like it should be.
Elizabeth Shue. She was amazing in Palmetto. Jeff, did you watch WandaVision yet?
No, I haven't.
I watched that before we went on the air, and woo, Nelly, that is I don't like Vision, I don't like Scarlet Witch, but man, is that a fun show. If you like TV, like just TV as a medium, like the old school sitcoms and that, it's fantastic. It's awesome. Like the little things that they have in it, it's really well done. And Scarlet Witch isn't annoying yet, so that's positive. So, highly recommend.
No spoilers.
I saw the first episode.
Yeah.
And I got half the second, but before I got busy at work and actually had to do something.
I hate when they make you work.
I know.
Is that when I came in and ordered a beer?
Yes. It was good. Again, I was opening and getting stuff ready for work, so I didn't get to really sit down and nitpick. But it was entertaining.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a long play because obviously she's in an alternate reality. No spoilers there. I mean, everybody knows that. But I do like
the one that she created herself.
Yes. But I think she's trapped somewhere because at the end of the first episode, you see somebody in the background. So I'm thinking someone trapped her, and then she just made that to kind of keep her from going insane. But
I haven't read any of the articles because I want to start watching this, and I haven't yet. But I guess there's just like tons of Marvel Easter eggs.
Yes.
In there, and I guess then my question is, it's great to have a lot of Easter eggs, but if you're not up to date on what all the Easter eggs are, then how much of the inner knowledge do you miss out on?
It's not Easter eggs of the movies, really. It's a lot of Easter eggs from the comic books, and they're not really that. I mean, they're hints of House of M, which I won't tell you what it's about from the comic books of what Scarlet Witch did, but there's hints of it. Like, I don't know, her address is like, well, that could be an alternate universe from House of M in this area. And then it's like, or it could be Spider-Man's address from this. It's like, okay, maybe you're just grasping at straws for Easter eggs. Maybe it's just a number. But I mean, there's small little things, but it's nothing that you're going to, because I went back and read an article tonight, like, okay, did I miss anything major? And the things I saw, I was like, okay, that doesn't really play. Like, I get it, it's from the comic books, but it's nothing really from the movies. So I do like. I'm sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
My favorite little Easter egg in it was when they were in the laundry room, and then there was this Thanos head bank in there.
I mean, Jim, don't ruin anything for
Don't
me.
give it away.
That might be at the Hobie booth, maybe September 17th through the 19th, Cincinnati Comic Expo, Cincinnati Convention Center. Get your fucking vaccines. Wear a mask. Come on, let's go. Come on, people. Get your tickets to Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Let us get our vaccines, Jason. Jeez.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
Yeah. The process of getting the vaccine has been really tiresome. especially since they said they're supposed to be available for, let's see, people over 80. And they're not even taking appointments for people now. They're not even finding information about getting it done is just a hassle.
Because nobody has it. Nobody knows when they're getting more, so they can't schedule appointments.
My dad's looking into it. He's over 80, and he's like, I want to get this before they let all those young 70-year-olds come in and get the vaccine. I mean, the schedule's once other people are, so he wants to get it, and he called the hospital, and they're like, all the information you need to know is online. I'm like, you're telling an 87-year-old man to look online?
Okay, so the one thing
they did give the first one to the lady in Ohio. She was 100 years old.
But she looks like she's 60. She was the most she just doesn't. If you looked at her, you wouldn't be like, she's 100.
So she can still walk on her own.
Is she doable? Oh, sorry.
Can you set her up with Jeff's dad?
I think his mom might have an
Mom
issue.
would like that.
Oh,
Hey Jeff, not to go too.
I'm never too old to swing.
I didn't hear that, Jay.
Jeff, just to let you know, if you go to the Kroger's, the grocery store around here, if you go to the click list, before you make a click list order, you can go up top and they actually say that they have they're taking reservations for COVID vaccines, and you can click on it and check your state and see which one is doing them. Now, whether they have any left, that's a bigger question, but you can sign up for it, and there's one close to your parents' house. So just let you know. So
There's a Kroger close to Mom and Dad's house? No.
Well, it's about no, not that one. It's about 10 miles away. In the ghetto. But anyways,
that's not the one close to their house.
Well,
Jeez.
it's not like it's 30 miles away. You know what? I'm just trying to be helpful.
And why
okay?
would they put it at that one? That's the super Kroger.
I'm just trying to be helpful. This is what I get for taking the high road and being nice. I saw it when I was doing my click list.
That's what happens when you're dealing with West Siders. You can't get them to travel too far.
They're supposed to have it through your doctor, and your doctor set it up, and my parents have their stuff set up through Christ Hospital, so that's where they're going to have as soon as Christ has it available, has stuff, that's where they're going. And
as of last week, none of the Christ primaries had even gotten, none of the doctors in the primary had gotten their vaccines when I saw my guy.
It's killing me.
I thought they wanted people to stay away from hospitals. Why are they doing it there?
The vaccines are supposed to have been sent and delivered, and Cincinnati and Hamilton County had all this space to store it. They were ready to go, and nothing happened.
Who's hoarding them?
That's what I want to know.
Is it the Reds?
I think all the college basketball teams and football teams have them.
I went behind a restaurant the other day and got a shot in the arm. He said it was COVID, the COVID vaccine. So I just said, "Sure, you look legit." Took a shot.
Was that after you got Jason? Was that after you got that shot in the mouth?
Maybe, but anyways, that was the cost. I didn't have my insurance card with me, Jim.
Well, you're going to have to blow me. Well, give me the.
I'll stick this in your arm after I stick this in your mouth.
Wait a minute, that might not be good for COVID.
Well, if it's going to keep me safe, okay.
God.
The guy who's afraid of germs is going to do that.
Did Dr. Dana get her second shot yet?
Nope. It is scheduled for Thursday.
Oh,
yay!
Good luck to her. If she becomes like Jean Grey from the X-Men, let us know. That would be kind of cool. If she gets the flu,
or 28 days later, if her eyes are really bloodshot, get the fuck out.
Or if she gets the flu.
Now, the Dr. Dana does have red hair, and she's super.
That is true. That is true.
She's one of my favorite nurses.
28 days later, she starts eating raw meat out of the freezer. Get the fuck out, Brian.
She's one of my
That
two.
was really worrying because I don't think she eats cooked meat.
Then how are you gonna tell, Brian? How are you gonna tell?
I mean, it's a gamble. I mean, this whole year's been a gamble. So, I mean, I'm playing with house money at this point.
She's one of my two favorite nurses in Cincinnati. I'm just saying that right now. My sister-in-law, Mrs. A. Pans. Great job. And Nisi in Indiana.
They're tied. They're tied.
Nisi's my favorite Indiana nurse. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else that we want to talk about real quick here? Oh, Siegfried from Siegfried and Roy died. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. Non-tiger related.
Just happening to be scrolling through our Facebook page, and it reads more like the obituaries the last week and a half.
Let's see here. I'll get some here. David Richardson, writer and producer from Simpsons, 2.5 Men, F is for Family, which just wrapped up the last season, died at 65. That was sad. Let's see here. I'm trying to think who else. We also had Steve Lightly, comic book artist. He drew Legion. I think he did Wolverine back in the 80s and 90s for Marvel and that. DC he did too, a little bit of, obviously with Legion. He passed away. So he had COVID. I think he died like 4 days later after they diagnosed it. So that was really sad.
That's the lesson to learn there is if you think it's just a cold, it don't matter. Get it looked at or, make sure you're, not spreading it at least. But, because that's the thing is it comes on as pretty much similar symptoms to a cold or, well, actually any symptom apparently can be a symptom for COVID. So,
yeah. On happier notes, though, we got 2 birthdays today. Andrew, a.k.a. Andy from Cincinnati Comic Expo. Happy birthday to him. Sponsor.
Oh, and
yay!
Get your tickets.
Bottom.
Hopefully.
28 now? 28, 29?
Yeah, we're going with that. And Dolly Parton is 75 today.
Yay.
Is it today?
Yeah.
An American treasure.
Oh, for some reason I thought I saw it the 21st. Maybe I misread something.
That's probably why I saw a meme today. It had a young Dolly Parton. It said, if Dolly Parton looked like this, what the hell did Jolene have going for her?
On Tuesday, she celebrated her big day.
January 19th. Yep, January 19th. Because also one of my bestest friends from college, Kelly, it's her birthday too.
She said...
It is also Chris Sabo's birthday from the Cincinnati Reds.
World Series champions, Chris Sabo. Dolly Parton wrote, quote, I do have a birthday wish that I want to share with you. My wish is that everyone does something a little different today. Let's call it a call for kindness. If you want to donate to your favorite cause, donate. If you want to give an old friend a call during these lonely times, give them a call. If you can safely volunteer, then raise your hand to do so. If you decide that today is the day you get a dog, run down to the shelter and find your new buddy. The choices are limitless. So there you go.
Dolly's the best. And then on Sunday, Betty White celebrated her 99th birthday.
Yeah.
So this is the last year she'll be allowed to play with Legos.
That's right.
She's pissed off about that.
And apparently James Earl Jones, same day, had his 92nd birthday.
I didn't even realize he was still alive.
Or 94th, maybe? So, yeah.
He's in the new Coming to America film.
Well, he's the king.
Which I'm looking forward to Coming to America, too. I think it would be fun.
Actually, the trailer looked pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. Did you see they moved up Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max to March 26th? They moved it up 2 months, so obviously they worked out a deal with Legendary Films.
Oh, it's 90 years. He turned 90. There was a lot of Netflix is doing a brand new film every week
for the whole
I saw
2021.
that. I think that's a great model.
Yeah.
That 52 films a year, that's more than most studios put
They're
out.
actually doing 70. So some weeks they have 2.
Wow.
Yeah. And they have decent stars in it, too. So.
They're greenlighting way too much, probably, but
Are they
got
all
the money to do so?
Are they all next generation Lifetime channel movies?
No.
Is that how they can crank them out so fast?
There's a lot.
I hope not.
No, there is. There's a lot of small towns that they're using, though, Blake. They found love. No, Leonardo DiCaprio's in one of them, too. They got some decent names in a lot of them, actually. So, Phil Spector died, too.
Hasn't he been dead?
I was going to say Breath of Silence, but fuck him. No, he died.
I was going to say, a lot of people...
So.
A lot of people not... Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
He was a bad man, from what I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not a nice...
And he developed that wall of sound. Ugh.
Did the Beatles use that?
The last Beatles album, after the Beatles broke up and they took all the stuff, the recordings that they had done, Phil Spector produced that album and used the wall of sound on the Let It Be album.
Okay.
But,
is that the album that has St. Elmo's Fire on it?
I'll say no.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I thought the Beatles
No,
did that
that's
one.
the one that had the last train in Clarksville, Jason.
Oh, my bad. I get those two confused. I know St. Elmo's Fire is in the Beatles catalog. I just can't remember where. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, Ronnie Spector probably isn't too upset about that.
No.
We had a Twitter poll of the week this week at Bad Ideas Podcast. What was your favorite TGIF television show growing up? Brian hit on a few of these last week, and I think I hit one. But our listeners really liked this one. So
Yeah, I had a problem with this one.
Well, you can wait a second. We had family.
I'm just saying none of these were on when I was growing up.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to hand it over to Jim. He can do the Twitter poll. Shut up, Jeff. You're not my favorite now, right now.
My answer to the thing was I actually went out and did stuff on Friday nights, and because all those shows did not I didn't care about any of those shows.
Well, that's fine. Can you read the poll? Can you read the
How
fucking
come
poll?
Miami Vice isn't on there?
It's not TGIF.
That wasn't on TGIF. Miami Vice was NBC, not ABC. Come on, Blake.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Well, fuck you.
I don't have it in front of me, Jason, so I can't read it.
Family Matters had. Oh, I'm sorry. Step by Step had 14%. Full
I'm
House.
surprised that many people voted for Step by Step. I didn't realize people actually liked that.
I can't even tell you what Step by Step was. I know the other
Patrick Duffy.
Patrick Duffy.
And Suzanne Summers.
Nope.
Full House, cut it out. Had 23%. And then winning 37% to 26%. Oh, yeah. We do the Dance of Joy. Perfect Strangers beat Family Matters. Fuck you, Urkel, whatever the kid's name is.
Man, Balky.
Well, so happy we do the Dance of Joy.
Perfect Strangers is the only one of those shows that I would say was watchable. So that would have been my vote if I voted, but I didn't because...
Cousin Larry Appleton. Anyways, so just let's see, Blake, would you like to do some listener feedback?
Yeah, let's get in some. It's kind of hard to do that when I'm doing digital.
Yes.
Blam! Listener feedback brought to you by Kylie Jenner's water pressure. All right. First one we have is this one guy.
Number one fan?
Yeah. Guy we always start off with.
A-Pans?
Can't give yourself a
Formerly
nickname?
known as. Yeah. Big D.
Dad?
That's right. He says, is Chewbacca just a ripoff of Bigfoot from the $6 Million Man?
I don't think it is, for the simple fact that Bigfoot from the $6 Million Man. Let's see here. That episode first aired
75.
Where did it go? No, it was. Where'd it go? February 1st, 1976.
Okay.
Ooh, could be.
It could be.
He was
Star Wars.
He was brought here by aliens, if I remember correctly.
Star Wars started filming a month later.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if that's enough time for a concept, because I think the concept drawings of Chewbacca go back even older than that. But I don't know if that's enough time for concept and then to be able to get a costume and everything done and change your script to reflect all that.
Would it change your mind that the mold they used for the Star Wars figures was from the $6 Million Man Bigfoot figure?
Well, that surprises me. That must have been a terrible $6 million, because I'm looking at the picture from the $6 Million Man, and he looks nothing like Chewbacca.
It was that was one of our listeners responded to that question from Doug.
What did he say?
That's what he said.
Oh, I would say Chewbacca does wear that cool ammo belt, although I've never seen Chewbacca pull any ammo from that ammo belt.
It was pretty useless. The bandolier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you really need ammo when you're shooting lasers?
A laser crossbow, for that matter.
Well, maybe it's a grenade.
It was a bowcaster.
Bowcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, laser crossbow, along with laser swords and laser guns.
Thank you, Jim, for doing that.
What I was, I guess, watching what episode, maybe The Mandalorian, or I saw where. What episode was it? The Star Wars, like, they're shooting all these lasers, and then the guys have like swords, and it's like, why are you using a sword?
Is that the other Mandalorians that came to help him?
It might have been, yeah. I think it was a different episode or something. I'm just watching them like, why are you using swords?
Yeah, why are you taking swords to a laser fight?
Oh no, it wasn't Star Wars. It was Thor: Dark World. Yeah, that's how bad I was bored this week.
You go from Mando to Thor: Dark World.
The bad guys come in and they are just blasting with lasers. And the defenders are there with swords.
Well, this is the universe that has Hawkeye running around as one of the world's greatest superheroes with a bow and arrow.
Like, oh, Asgardians. Yeah, no wonder why you're getting your ass kicked.
My daughter, we have a Thor figure that has the eye patch. And my daughter has asked, who did this to him? I was like, oh, it's Hela, his, half sister or whatever. And she's like, can we watch that one? I was like, well, she's a bad guy. She's like, I don't care. She took Thor down. I like her. I was like, well, I guess you got a point. She also crushed his hammer.
Thor, I saw where in Thor: Love and Thunder, Lady Sif is going to return.
Good.
Jamie Alexander will be back.
Good.
You say Lady Sif?
Yeah,
yes.
SIF.
Is that short for syphilis?
No, it's not
Lady
short for anything.
Stop it. The best part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was that episode with her in it. I love that episode. When Lady
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I don't know who's the best part, though.
No.
She's the reason it was a good episode.
Yes.
Was it contagious?
Stop it.
Because anytime more Jamie Alexander is not a bad thing.
Blake, how'd your Browns do this weekend?
Better than I anticipated.
Next year, though. Next year.
Still a win. Still a win.
Next year.
In my book.
That was a good season.
It was.
What else you got?
Next, we have Steve from Ilfim. Says, when will Izzy and I be back on the show to give you that Elfum bump? Did those itch, by the way? Also, tell everyone about Podcast Art Fest on April 10th.
Yes, Podcast Art Fest, April 10th. Check out EILFM for more information, and we'll get a promo for next week, too. Steve, Izzy, send something over.
She's still having her Etsy Bitsy sale.
She does on Etsy. Untidy Venus. Go there. Put in Hobie Pod. You save 15%. So give some love to fellow geeks. And Steven is here. Awesome. We will be having them back soon. Holidays came up, so they weren't on for a couple weeks. But they'll be back soon. Promise. This is not an Amy thing. Anyways, what else we got?
From In Bed with Nikki at DNikki162. Is that like is in Darling Nikki? All right. In pirate lore, there was said to be Libertalia or Libertalia.
Watch your light.
A legendary free colony founded by pirates. Do you think it existed, and where do you think it was? Can't wait to hear your theories.
It probably, some type of it probably existed.
In Jamaica. Wasn't there a pirate haven in Jamaica?
Libertalia would be on Madagascar.
Oh,
that is
Madagascar. Correct. Okay.
And it would be like one of the bays there. It would be a small thing where they actually had like the city down below, and they had like a fort or something up top. They could look down upon it, so they could. It was a free trading society, and self-governed democracy, where they would everybody got a vote, and met for again all colors, races, genders. Everybody was free, so. They probably had something like it. I don't know if it was actually called what it was called, but the rumor is it was somewhere on Madagascar, but they couldn't locate the exact location.
Now, I got a question, Jim. Would I truly, really be free if I go to this society and the fact that they have things that offend me happen? that my religion tells me that these people are doing things bad. So am I really free with them?
If you were there in the first place, I don't think you worried about religion. Pirates were very democratic. Honestly, that is a true fact. Yeah. They were, you just didn't want to get the black dot, nor did you want to be the guy that they picked to kill when they buried the treasure in order to guard it with your spirit. Other than that, yeah,
You know what? Who says we're not a history podcast? Fuck yeah.
We do. It's on our shirt.
Oh.
True story.
Wait a minute. Can I have a revote here? I don't want to be the one to get killed here to guard this chest.
I just want to let you know we did get a listener. I
demand a recount.
A listener did ask if
Stop the steal.
They did ask if Libertalia was actually on Oak Island. They were wondering if that was actually where it was located. So we did have a question.
Oh.
No.
No, they found nothing on Oak Island to make you think a pirate ever was there.
Is Libertalia a female place? Is that why these
right.
Find it?
Yeah, it's a sister colony to Genitalia.
We heard it's really great, but we just can't find it.
I was looking at the outline. I knew I was going to fuck that name up. That wasn't even up for debate. What else you got, Blake?
You show me your Libertalia, baby.
Right now, Blake's going to get fired because he keeps on asking women to show his Libertalia. He sent 63 unanswered text messages.
So to answer Nikki's question, it's not real. Libertalia.
Don't ask a bunch of men about this, please.
Oh my goodness, I missed you guys. What else we got?
From Besotted Geek, Stork and Swan. I don't know, this is just Stork. Who wins in a cage match between Intern Fax Machine and Blake Bot? To make it fair, Intern Fax Machine is controlled by Hugh Jackman.
Well played.
I think Intern Fax Machine.
Well, Blake Bot wouldn't show up half the time, so Intern would win by default.
I'm thinking the Intern Fax there, but Blake Bot might not show up, but Black will.
Black.
That's right.
Black. And you never want to mess with a Russian named Black.
Black
right.
pot.
Black pot. What else?
To cap it all off, Professor number one and Doctor number one, you're on death row. What is your final meal? Can I say never-ending buffet?
All you can eat.
I'm still eating.
I'm not done yet.
Well, you know what, Governor? He's right. He's still eating. We can't execute him. Well, quit it.
Who allowed to have this all-you-can-eat chocolate fountain? It's never-ending chocolate fountain.
Okay, Jim, you're going to the electric chair, or you can eat Golden Corral. Give me the chair. Give me the chair.
The good thing, though, about Golden Corral is you'll want to die after you eat it, and you won't even get your money's worth before you start feeling sick. So
It's all you can eat. You have 2 bites, and that's all you
it's
can
all
eat.
you can eat.
I'm done.
Unfortunately, Golden Corral is closing a lot of the locations because of COVID.
Yeah.
They
So
can't
that's
do
one good
buffets.
thing came from COVID.
I had Golden Corral once because one of my buddies told me, "Oh my God, they have all-you-can-eat ribs." Those weren't ribs, I don't think. I don't think those were ribs.
I think I went back a second time thinking it was just a bad day the first time. Like, and it was no.
Restaurants really shouldn't have bad days. Like that's
On some Fridays before softball, the Gimp and I would hit Golden Corral occasionally to see how much we could eat, then go drink a couple of liters of beer and see how well we could play.
Did it affect you?
That explains it.
No, not really.
Golden Corral had to close down because they actually have to clean now because of COVID. They're like, well, we're out. We're out.
We're out.
We have to
Wait, add cleaning
wipe
to our
surfaces down.
Oh, Brian. So what's your
You weren't
meal,
allowed to
Brian?
lick the plates anymore.
I would go to the Pancake Pantry.
Oh, that's a good one. In Gatlinburg?
Yep. A gluten-full menu.
Ooh, speaking of maybe the Apple Barn.
Oh, the Apple Barn. Okay. They have apple fritters.
They do. And our friend Nick, not the Gimp, but another friend Nick, is insane for not even wanting his apple fritters.
Apple fritters are damn
I
good.
get twice as many apple fritters when I go with Nick because he doesn't eat the apple fritters.
Or you could just order some more.
But I don't have to pay for more.
Oh, okay.
Because you automatically get a couple for sitting down at the table. So I'll get mine and his.
Welcome to Tennessee. Here's your apple fritters.
That's the reason to go to Tennessee is for apple fritters.
Yeah. There's a couple of good pastures down there, too.
And that wasn't even my answer.
There it is, Apple Barn. Blake, what do you got?
What? For what?
Last meal. Never-ending buffet?
Yeah.
Okay. Jim, what do you got?
As long as they don't have one wafer thin mint, I'll be okay.
Well, then you won't have to worry about them putting you to death if you have that water.
That's right.
What do you got, Jim?
Well, sorry, I got cut off. It kicked me off Skype.
Oh,
I
I'm
just had to get back on.
what's your final meal?
I'd have to imagine it probably involves a nice steak from one of our popular steakhouses.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to St. Elmo's up in Indianapolis, but I'd like to try it.
It's one of Ron Swanson's favorites.
I know. Maybe like a nice cowboy cut tomahawk steak with all the fixings.
St. Elmo's in Indianapolis is very good. Very good.
You should go during the NFL Combine this year. It won't be as crowded.
Every year I go to Gen Con, I'm saying I'm going to eat at St. Elmo's this year, but never happens.
It's a very old school, like Chicago type steakhouse, obviously.
Yeah,
And
it looks like I'm always underdressed and going in cut off camo shorts and a nerd backpack.
Yes.
I always feel intimidated.
You probably should be.
But at Gen Con, everyone there is also wearing the same, or you might be overdressed compared to what some of the people wear.
Correct. But I always ended up at Tilted Kilt anyways.
The thing that
At least that's better than Hooters.
There was
just a little disappointed in the Tilted Kilt in downtown Indy.
I didn't go there for the food.
So there's a thing.
I know, me too.
Jim, do you go for the caber toss?
that's what they call it.
They have a caber toss in the back. It's not the cornhole, but the caber toss they have back there. So there's a meme. A thing going around on Facebook. So who knows if it's real? But I guess if you are on a date and you feel unsafe, you can go up to the bar and at Hooters and order an angel shot, and they have different things, and they'll call Lyft, or they'll call the police, or they'll walk you out to the car, all this stuff. So it's a really nice, sincere thing. And then typical internet, which is always great. The first comment was, if you're on a date to Hooters, maybe that should have been your warning sign. It's like, well, it's got a point. So, again, I don't know how. What's that?
At my establishment, if somebody comes up and orders an angel shot, we'll look at him and say, "Okay, who the fuck's this asshole?" We'll just kick him out. We'll just kick him out.
You could just give him a closer. That would work. Oh, you want this asshole out of here? Here's the closer, sir. On the house. Let's see.
Jason, did you answer?
Crab legs. I would probably do crab legs.
Yeah, that's my real answer. You got me thinking apple barn, but that wasn't my answer. Would be a seafood feast where you'd have like scallops and lobsters and mussels, but no oysters. I don't like oysters. Clams are good. Crab legs,
Octopi?
Just all the seafood. Yes.
Really?
Well, squid anyway. I don't know if I've had octopi. I've had calamari. Octopi or squid.
That's
Squid, isn't it?
But I would try octopi, yeah.
It's squid, yeah.
I like how calamari used to be like a poor man's food too. Same thing with lobster.
Yeah, lobster's what they fed the prisoners in New England.
McDonald's up in New England states have the McLobster. It's like, damn.
Yeah. And in Maryland, it was blue crab, just because it was such a pain in the ass to get such little meat out. Torture.
But the final meal thing, though, there was a comedian, I can't remember who it was. This was years and years ago. It had a great joke about that. Was for my final meal, I would want to get a McRib and a Shamrock Shake, because they never have those at the same time. So they have to keep waiting and waiting.
I did have a McRib this week.
How was it?
I didn't get sick.
Are you fine waiting another 10 years for the McRib to come back?
It was nothing special.
Nothing.
Will you have another one before
it was more nostalgia than anything else, right?
I probably won't go out of my way to have another one.
Did you go out of your way to have that one?
No, I mean, some people were ordering it. So what do you want? And I said, and they were talking about it jokingly. I said, just give me that McRib. And I think there was a girl there who is like a vegan or a vegetarian. But so she was getting the fish fillet, but she's also gluten-free, so no bun. And I think she had more meat in hers than I did in mine.
Brad from the Cinema Guys.
Well, here's something scary. Did she have French fries?
She did not.
Oh, okay, good. Because the special ingredient in those French fries is meat in that oil, by the way.
Animal fat.
Animal fat, yeah.
My question is, the breading for the fish, isn't that gluten?
Like McDonald's puts breading on it.
I don't think it is.
Okay, I just assumed it would have been wheat flour or something.
If it's artificial, I think she was okay.
Yeah, nothing's real. It's all kind of plastic.
I mean, they can't even use real flour? I mean...
I mean, it still had that 6-tab thing on the fish, Jeff, so it's fine. You know, that they get caught in. It's fine. 2 things on that. Brad from the Cinema Guys posted on Twitter a couple weeks ago that he got a McRib and there was no sauce on it. It was the most sad-looking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that would be sad.
I would have been disappointed if mine had no sauce.
And then
you can hold on the onions, but you need the sauce and the pickles.
The good news...
Yeah, I had to say sauce and the pickles make that edible.
The good news is Jim was able to get McDonald's to sponsor us this week. And so on the new campaign, Jim's picture is going to be on the poster saying, McRib, I want to go back out of my way for it. So congratulations, Jim.
McRib.
I was on my way to get another one.
I really missed the Dana's McRib, Jim.
The McDana's?
The McDana's.
What would be the McDana's at your bar?
We had like some golf event that they ended.
Charity fundraiser thing.
And they always finished up at Dana's, and they would send us all this food to make for it, and they were those like boneless rib patties.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd go through, again, we'd get a couple boxes of them. We'd go through maybe like 30 of them. So we'd have like a case and a half of them for like the next like month and a half till we got tired of eating them. They were never on the menu. They were just stuff that we had in our freezer. Like, well, I'm going to have one of these today.
So when this pandemic's over, I go to your bar. Can I order a McDana?
No, we don't have. We haven't had this in probably six years or something.
Jim, I'll be honest. You could put anything and just say it was a McDana to me. It's fine. Yes, Brigger, here you go. It's a McDana.
The bun, no seeds.
We haven't done this in a while. From the Libertalia. But besides that, we haven't had a recast in a long time. Recast is a little segment we do where we recast ourselves into a TV show or a movie or something fictional, or it could be real. Who knows? It doesn't always have to be us. It can be other people. But this time, it's from Salty Language. Recast King of the Hill with members of Hobie. So I'm thinking we're doing Hank Hill.
We'll do Hank, Dale, Boomhauer, Bobby, and
John Redcorn.
No,
Bill, Boomhauer, Dale. Yeah, Bill, Dale, and Boomhauer. And Hank.
Can you include like the extended Hobie family?
We could,
yeah.
There you go.
Who would be the
then
Hank
we
Hill?
could do John Redcorn. Hank, I think I'd put Blake to be Hank Hill.
That's a good one. I agree.
I can hear Hank. I can hear Blake saying, "Damn it, Bobby."
Damn it, Jimmy.
So is Jimmy Bobby Hill? No one said anything.
Sure, Jim.
Okay, he called it. Jim, you're Bobby Hill. I don't think so. Who's Dale Gribble?
Wait, I'm trying to...
Why am I...
That's my purse.
Why am I Dale Gribble?
I don't know you.
Because you're the one that likes to watch all those conspiracy theories shit.
Okay, I'm Dale. Who are you? Who's Brian?
Boomhauer.
Oh, okay. That means you're Bill?
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah. We can understand Brian a little bit better than we can understand Boomhauer.
That we can.
Is there a fax machine in the show that we could have Brian play?
No, there isn't. I could see...
Well, Mike Judge did do King of the Hill and Office Space, so maybe we can have a crossover with that fax machine.
I could see Peggy Hill being Jeannie of Hobie. I could see that.
Peggy.
Anybody who's John Redcorn? Anybody?
I'm gonna go with how about Ape Hands is going to be Cotton Hill.
Oh, I got no knees, Bobby.
Shins. Got no
Got no
shins.
Shins. My bad, shins.
Lost shins in World War II.
Got no shins, Bobby. I could see Ape Hands being that. That's a good one. Who would be? Well, I think that's our. Who's Scab Jeff? John Redcorn. I actually could see him as John Redcorn.
He actually appears as himself
He fits in with that universe.
in
kinda
cartoon
does.
form.
Yes.
That's right.
I know. I would take Scab Jeff kind of.
Scab
as,
Jeff would be Chuck Mangione.
No, I was going to go. What's his name? Binkley or whatever the
Luann's boyfriend.
Yeah,
Buckley.
Buckley. Yeah.
I like it. Good job, Salty Language. If you guys listeners have anything that you want us to recast, let us know. Send it on in. Or a draft day. We'll draft a thing. We haven't done that in a while. Jeff, give me some News of the Geek music.
Dun 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 dun. News of the Geek. Dun 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 dun.
News of the Geek. Per CNN. This is my favorite article and the weirdest one. Denmark. It could be up there. Denmark. Their flagship.
I thought you would enjoy it.
Oh my God.
There were some photos included.
I wanted to do this last week, but I had to wait for you, Blake, because I just wanted you to respond.
Thank you. Thanks for waiting.
Denmark's flagship broadcaster has suffered blowback over its newest children's TV program. John Dillermand, thank you, an animation series starring a man with a penis so massive and flexible it can save children from danger, fetch objects from a river, and operate as a pogo stick. The show, whose 13 episodes are available to watch on the DR Network's website, follows its titular character as he navigates an array of unexpected scenarios caused by his inexplicable. Come on, Jeff, help me out here.
Inexplicably.
Thank you. Huge genitalia.
The brother of Libertalia.
Thank you. in episode 1, for instance, he uses his gigantic stripy organ as a lead for his dog, but quickly finds himself inundated with a request from his neighbors to take their pets out for a walk, too.
Inundated.
At another point in the show, he is stuck floating in midair after balloons are tied to his groin. Another episode, he breaks a friend's vase with his penis and must raise money to pay them back. And in another one, he uses it to steal ice cream at the zoo. The show's opening montage also shows him using his genitals to keep a lion away from a group of children. The show was
using it as a whip.
The show was generally
When I
met with
did that, they told me to stay away from the zoo. Bullshit, man.
You can go to Denmark zoos.
the show was generally met with hilarity in Denmark and across the internet, with many praising it as an appropriate and lighthearted way to teach children about human anatomy.
No! It doesn't work that way.
It sets some unrealistic expectations.
Here, kid, you should be able to grab this ice cream cone with your penis. But I can't reach.
Use it as a leash for your dog.
Excuse me. Some took issue with the main character's central trait. Danish politician, fuck them, Morten Messerschmidt, a member of the right-wing Danish People's Party, said children should not be forced to watch a cartoon depiction of an adult man's groin. No one's forcing them to...
No, they're doing a Clockwork Orange, strapping them down and peeling their eyes open. All right, children, watch this.
Wait, was he with the People's Front of Denmark or the Popular Front of Denmark?
First off, his name's Morton. Go shut the fuck up. Get back into the comic strips. Fuck you. We're going to make some salt.
I don't think Jason got my joke.
No, he didn't get your joke.
And,
no, that was the Party of People's Front.
And a handful... And a handful of parents have taken to the Facebook page of DR Children's Network, urging them to remove the program. Like spokesperson for DR told CNN, "Fuck you, people." No, they said that most of those who criticized the program did so without even having seen the show because it wasn't released yet. Now the great majority here in Denmark are making fun of the few critics instead. Sarah Cecilia added, "Hundreds of thousands are supporting John Dillermand now." In Denmark, it's now a huge success, and the children are watching in big numbers, she said, telling CNN that 200,000 people have viewed the first episode. Well, I guess that's a lot in Denmark, right? Can you give me, Jeff, can you give me some other Denmark Nielsen poll numbers there? I need to know.
I don't know. Something's rotten in there.
To come up with that.
It is an intern, but he seems relaxed, so I'm going to let him go. Good job.
All right.
In the network's
on bacon or jerky or something. Leave him alone.
It also can be the show can also be used for good once he embraces that he is different from others.
Well, the population of Denmark is 5.8 million.
Oh, so that probably is a pretty good number then. DR is Denmark's oldest and most well-known broadcaster and was a founding member of the European Broadcasting Union. The network is funded by the taxpayer, making it the Danish equivalent of the BBC or PBS. There's only 5.8 million people in Denmark, Jeff? Jeez.
Yeah.
It's pretty small.
Okay.
Probably the majority of them around Copenhagen.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I can name another Danish city other than Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
Carlsberg, is that a city that the beer is from? Or
yeah, Carlsberg and chewing tobacco.
Blake, would you be offended by this show? Would you let your kids watch this show?
No. Well, I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'd have to watch it myself first.
How does this show even get to air?
I don't. They're Danish.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I just love this one. That was the subject.
Yeah, they're eating Danish and they're drinking Carlsberg and doing a lot of chewing tobacco. Apparently,
good for them. Let's see. Sony has announced.
Okay, Jeff.
What's that?
The second largest city in Denmark, as of 2017 numbers, was Aarhus, A-A-O-H-U-S.
Okay, I have heard of that.
269,000.
So since the size of Cincinnati, basically.
Copenhagen has 1.3 million, and the next one is 300,000, like 260,000.
Wow.
Oldenæs is 176,000. Aalborg is 113,000. Yeah.
Damn.
They're all in one place.
So the amount of people who've seen this show is pretty much the size of one of their large cities.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of intrigued to go to Denmark now and live there. I'm kind
because of this television show?
Yeah, first episode. Yeah.
No, not because of the television show, just because of the small towns. I'll go there.
No. Just because they're one of the happiest places to live, according to the happiest places to live on the world polls.
Done. Sony has announced that Morbius, with Jared Leto, has been pushed back to almost a full 7 months from March 19th to October 8th. And now No Time to Die has followed suit. Deadline has heard that the latest installment in the James Bond franchise has departed from its Easter weekend release of April 2nd. So there you go. Let's see here.
Still waiting for the vaccine.
Yeah, MGM reportedly did shop the Bond to streamers, but no one was willing to meet the whopping $600 million asking price to pay for Bond.
Yeah, that's ridiculously high.
They're hoping pushing it back will help because of the vaccine, and we'll see what happens. WrestleMania got pushed back to April because they're hoping to get fans in their stadium in Tampa Bay. Or in Tampa, sorry.
Do you need the vaccine to get them in Tampa?
No, Florida's pretty open. They could do it. They won't care. Let's see here. I'm going to skip that one. I'll wait till next week on that one. But a couple other quick ones not on it. The Muppet Show. The original Muppet Show is coming to Disney Plus in February. It's time to light the lights. Let's see here. And I think that was about it.
I have some more Denmark facts for you, Jason.
Bring it. Let's go.
You talked about you want to live there because it's sparsely populated.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the size of about Massachusetts.
Okay.
and it has like slightly less than 1 million people than Massachusetts. So there's still a lot of people. It's still populated, but it's just
it
small.
is, at least of 2019, was the second happiest country in the world.
New Zealand number 1?
No, Finland was number 1 and Norway was number 3.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand how they can be all that happy when they have a shitty ass winter, but
They don't have a shitty ass winter. They have just winter. The whole year is winter.
yeah, which means shitty ass because they have winter. You cannot be happy where it snows. That's what I'm saying.
No, wrong.
I can be.
Their tax rate is about 45%, but they have some of the best health care and education in Europe.
Okay.
They have a huge coastline. Most of the state is at coastline, so that might be why people are happy. They have beaches everywhere.
Yeah, they're on the Jutland Peninsula. They might not get as much snow as like Finland, which was number 1, and Norway, which is number 3. So maybe they aren't too bad with their snow.
And real quick, just for Brian and me, Garrett Kolstad, writer for John Wick franchise,
Academy
will write and direct or develop a series pitched based around the popular game Dungeons and Dragons. Variety has confirmed. So he's also writing for Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, and he's expected to craft a story that will capture crucial aspects of the franchise through a live-action lens of Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see here. Hasbro Film Studio One.
Only if he's including some of the most famous novel and cartoon, novel and comic book editions. So if they're doing like something along the lines of Drizzt or something else, it'll work. If they go with something completely new and nobody knows who they are, then you're going to lose a lot of crowd.
Brian and I were talking about this the other night.
They're going to create something new. You know they are. They're not going for something that's already been written.
Chris Pine,
that'd be the way to do it, though. That's what irritates me. Because you got a guaranteed base that will go.
They're hoping just the name Dungeons and Dragons will bring a certain number.
Yeah. We'll see.
Chris Pine is in the Dungeons and Dragons movie that's expected to be released in 2022. That's separate from the TV series. So there you go. Brian, are you excited? What's your favorite character that you want in the TV series?
I mean, I really like to see the dragon. But
you really want the dungeon?
I don't know, maybe the wizard.
Oh, the wizard.
That's not really a character, though.
It could be.
I mean,
it's a location.
I assume
it's more of the setting.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a walking tree in it, Jason, will you watch?
Brian, I'm going to go, and my favorite is the Dungeon Master. I love the Dungeon Master. Lee Iacocca, the guy that sells stagecoaches for them, love it. Love it. Either one would work. I think those are the two big ones I really want to see.
I'd really like to see Liam Neeson as the Dungeon Master.
Oh. Do you think they take his daughter in that one or his son?
Both.
Maybe both this time.
And he's going after the dragon, right?
Yeah.
I thought you said the key was go to the dungeon first and then the dragon.
You did say that, Jason.
Yeah, we're going to the dungeon first. We're going with the Dungeon Master, and then he's going to hunt down the dragon. You know what, Jeff? You just don't understand the game, okay? If you don't understand
You're
the
right.
game,
I don't understand why the Dungeon Master is hunting.
If you don't understand the game, don't make fun of me and Brian when we play it, okay? Brian?
No respect.
No. And Brian, they wonder why we don't invite them to our game nights.
Yeah.
Jason, what's your favorite polyhedron?
Hexagon.
Nope.
Ooh. I was going to say Octagon.
Oh, that's a good one, too. I love the Octagon. Anyways.
Since we're talking about TV shows that are coming out, don't forget Kevin James' new Netflix show drops February 15th.
He's in charge of a motley NASCAR crew that gets taken over. The old owner gives it to his daughter, and there could be something that looks like the most unfunny show I've ever seen in my life. It's on NASCAR.
But you said Motley Crue is in it, so that's kind of cool.
If Motley Crue was in it, I would watch it. No, I wouldn't. No. 10 episode first season. 10 episode. So, yeah.
Cannot wait. Yeah. Valentine's Day is booked.
Is that when it comes out?
Oh, Dr. Dana's so lucky.
Well, February 15th. So
okay.
Midnight on Valentine's Day.
You know what? Netflix really does love you, Brian. Let's see here. Jeff, why don't you get some box office news and world reports?
All right. The box office of January 15th through January 17th of the year 2021. In first place, The Marksman made $3.2 million in its opening weekend on a $15 million budget. Okay. Coming in at number 2, Wonder Woman 1984 made another $2.6 million, a total of $36 million on a $200 million budget. $2.6 million in its fourth week?
Fourth or fifth.
After it's been released on streaming services. That's pretty impressive, I think.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Number 3, The Croods, A New Age, made another $2 million, a total of $39 million on a $65 million budget. News of the World made another $1 million, a total of $8.5 million on a $38 million budget. And Monster Hunter made just under $1 million for a total of $9 million on a $60 million budget.
Wonder Woman is up to $142.5 million worldwide.
Jason, did you watch News of the World?
No, we got behind on a couple things, so we did not. We ran out of time. I think we're going to watch it this weekend. We started watching Yellowstone and got caught up on that one, or not caught up, but started watching a couple of those episodes. So, and then we had to watch This Is Us. So,
is News? I was going to say, is News of the World, is that better than the Weekly World News?
No, there's no Bat Boy in News of the World. No Bat Boy.
Maybe they had some Nostradamus predictions.
I forgot about those.
Did Nostradamus predict COVID?
Well, I don't know. The Weekly World News isn't around anymore.
Oh.
I'm sure the Simpsons had to have, right?
The Simpsons did at some point.
The Simpsons did have a
pandemic.
An Asian disease.
Yeah.
I think I found the quatrain. It said, "Year of the large orange head. There will be many dead. There comes from China a deadly lo mein."
I apologize. Weekly World News does have a website, still putting out articles. This week's articles, 4 steps for putting a curse on someone. Let's see here.
What are they?
Do we really want to spread that type of information? People will start putting curses on Hobie, and we don't want that.
Not if we put curses on them first.
Rise from your bed at midnight, sit cross-legged on the floor in a dark, empty room, and whisper the words, evil live, live evil, over and over for 1 minute. In your mind's eye, picture the person you want to curse.
Did you know evil live is a palindrome?
Yes. I won't go into the other ones because I don't want it to work. A New York woman was stalked by a Russian submarine.
And just around the corner.
She was what?
Stalked by New York.
Stalked.
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 STALK.
Oh, I thought you had stocked, as in
Docked.
put them on the shelves.
This is creepy. Mike Pence is a cyborg. Look at the picture. The picture is
All right, so News of the World is just a QAnon website now. It's just a message board for QAnon.
Okay, I'm done doing my curse of Jason until I get my chair back.
Yeah,
It's not midnight, Jim.
No, you don't even need to do that
It's
stuff. Just
midnight
make your little,
somewhere.
make your little
Somewhere,
Jason Voodoo
jackass.
doll like I do.
Man sells his soul to the devil, but the devil wants a refund now.
Nope.
Let's see.
You got it fair and square.
After a massive heart attack, Dracula said he's going back to being a vegan. An Iowa couple was abducted by a UFO, and they were disappointed they weren't probed. Let's see.
Disappointed they were.
That's been several Saturday Night Live skits.
That has been, actually.
Jim, was it one of your friends or something, or classmates that in the world cultures where we're supposed to go through the newspaper and clip out articles from the news around the world, use the weekly world news?
Yes, yeah. We had to do an article from the newspaper and write like a thing about it. And the teacher never read the art, just like you turned it in. So after like this third week, one of my classmates went to the Weekly World News and just clipped out articles there, and still got checks on them all.
Five things to avoid during an alien abduction. Leave the tinfoil hats at home. Avoid eye contact.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Avoid eye contact.
With the tinfoil hats, does it have to be tinfoil or does aluminum foil work?
I don't know.
Because it's real hard to find tinfoil.
If you think tinfoil hats keep aliens away, you're wrong. Dead wrong. If in fact it attracts them, just like road trippers on Earth. Aliens often bring snacks from home, and their preferred method of preservation, tinfoil.
So does aluminum foil then repel them?
Probably.
So the aliens don't have Ziploc bags, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
No. What it's telling you is to put a Ziploc bag over your head instead of tinfoil.
No.
Should I pull the zipper? Like, should I pull it all the way, or
As tight as it'll go.
Okay. Take one deep breath and then seal it up.
Yep.
No spoilers is another one. It's a well-known fact that
do we have to actually? I'm sorry. Do we have to tell people at home to not actually do that?
Yes, please don't do that. Please don't.
Please do not try that at home.
No spoilers. It's a well-known fact that aliens come here for the quality and variety of streaming services. What's the one thing they hate most after traveling light years? Spoilers. In a recently obtained report from the government, abductees described what happened to a fellow Earthling who told a Zebon commander how Season 2 of The Mandalorian ended. We can't go into the gory details. Let's just say it made being tossed into a Sarlacc pit look like a trip to the day spa. Never mention probes. Yes, those kinds. Aliens actually don't like conducting anal probes. It's a messy affair.
So Josh Gadson, he's great.
Yeah, Josh. And finally, do not try to take over the ship and save Earth. So there you go.
You know, the best part is this is probably all true. I mean, this is probably all coming out, out of the stimulus package and that little tack-on paragraph where the CIA has to release all their alien knowledge.
Time out. Can't even make this shit up. They can. Weekly World News. Back on July 2nd of 2020, Bigfoot accepts Bat Boy's nomination to be his vice president in the election. Bat Boy and Bigfoot 2020 with PhD Ape
to be Secretary of State.
Oh, they were not on my ballot. Now I'm disappointed.
Who's he running against? Chewbacca?
No, Biden and Trump.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I may have voted for Bat Boy.
Bat Boy
Independent.
Bigfoot 2020.
All right, I know who I'm voting for 2024.
Okay.
I'm going to be voting for the My Pillow guy.
God.
To go away and never come back? Is that what you're voting for?
Preferably.
Yes.
WeeklyWorldNewsAlso.com has videos now, so just to let you guys know. Let's see here. Real quick, Jeff, read those quick movies coming out this week.
Upcoming January 22nd, we have, can I even read that? Preparations to be together for an unknown period of time.
This is a Hungarian film. Marta, a 40-year-old neurosurgeon, falls in love. She leaves her shining American career behind and returns to Budapest to start a new life with the man. But the love of her life claims that they never have met before.
Oh, no. Also coming out, Our Friend.
Our Friend. After receiving life-altering news, a couple finds unexpected support from their best friend, who puts his own life on hold and moves into their family home, bringing an impact much greater and more profound than anyone could have imagined.
Swingers.
Dakota Johnson, Casey Affleck, Jason Segel, Gwendolyn Christie.
Well, I heard of all those
Sounds
people.
like a movie version of A Million Little Things.
No,
Oh, now I'm there. I want to see it now.
as long as that Theo kid's not in it, fuck him.
As long as Theo gets center stage.
I mean, the friend drops
the
everything to move
eighth
in.
person listed is Theo.
Ugh. Fucking kid. He should have been hit by the truck.
But it's Malcolm Jamal Warner.
The other Theo. Also coming out, we have Psycho Gorman.
Oh, yeah. This is awesome. This is
Psycho
awesome.
Gorman. After unearthing a gem that controls an evil monster looking to destroy the universe, a young girl and her brother use it to make him do their bidding.
So this looks hilarious. I had the trailer up on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas. Go follow us, please. Helps us out. It's actually one of the producers is Michael Paz, who did the Vampiro documentary. We interviewed him. And rumor is that we will be interviewing the director of Psycho Gorman, Brad and I, so pretty soon.
Steven Stansky?
Nice.
Yeah. That is the rumor. So we're hoping to get that set up soon, but yeah, it does look funny. It was not what I expected. And I was talking to Michael about it, and he said that he was trying to the director did it in a 1980s type of horror movie setting type thing. So there you go.
Here's one of the reviews. If you are squeamish or are sensible and can't take any weird humor, dark humor, comedy that's not afraid to offend, well, you might as well not watch it. Because this movie really is as far out there as they can be. Brilliant turn and acting by the girl and main character here, but you won't like what she does or says. Well, you shouldn't. She is quite something.
It looks hilarious.
Did you say 80s? 80s
Yeah, like
style?
a 1980s homage. Yeah.
So there's gratuitous booby shots.
I hope not. The one kid's like 13.
Oh, yeah. Scratch that.
But I'm sure that they go to like a sorority party, Blake. You'll see it there.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You ever notice, like, if you watch a movie now, like, made in the last 10 years, like, you're shocked when there's, like, female nudity or in it? Like, back in the 80s and 90s, it was everywhere. But now you're like, whoa, hello. Didn't expect that coming.
Yeah, the 80s was like the boobsploitation of horror.
Yeah. And then 90s was like the Harvey Keitel penis, exploration. Ugh.
Yeah, exploration.
So on the movie poster, the catchphrase is "Little girl, big psycho."
Yeah. The alien crashes down, the monster crashes down, and he's about ready to take over the Earth, and he can't do anything because she has the gem. And he like half the trailer is like, "Can you just give that back to me?" No. And so she makes him do her bidding. So, what else we got?
We have No Man's Land.
No Man's Land.
Oh, is this Libertalia?
No.
It's genitalia.
A modern Western inspired by real-life no man's land areas along the Texas-Mexico border. While out on a father-son border patrol, Jackson accidentally kills a Mexican immigrant boy. When Jackson's father tries taking the blame, Jackson flees south on horseback, becoming a gringo, a legal alien in Mexico. Chased by Texas Rangers and Mexican federales, Jackson journeys across Mexico to seek forgiveness from the dead boy's father, only to fall in love with the land he was taught to hate.
My guy Frank Grillo's in this one.
Yes. He plays the dad.
I did my own stuff. I got a small production company. Fuck Marvel. I'm not doing Crossbones. Fuck that. Frank Grillo.
Oh, and George Lopez is in it because you need the Mexican stereotype.
Wait a minute. They're not getting Danny Trejo?
I'm sure he'll show up somewhere in it.
Okay.
Jeff, give me some top 5 music.
Jason, I didn't like that impression of Frank Grillo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a small production studio. I'm sorry. Sorry.
That was an impersonation of Frank Grillo?
I'm Frank Grillo.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
I thought Frank called into the show there for a second.
He's actually on line 2.
Hey guys, Frank Grillo here. I'm not going to talk about Marvel because fuck Marvel. I know they give me money, but I'm not going to do Crossbones. I know I signed a contract, but look at my small production company, No Man's Land. Search for Libertalia.
Hey Frank, is it true that your next project's coming out in Quibi?
It's on Roku. Thank you very much. I love Roku.
Is that Elvis?
I feel like any of impressions I get either go into Michael Caine.
Your Michael Caine impression doesn't even go into Michael Caine.
Or Elvis or a Southern gent.
It goes into some weird place in your mind where you think it actually sounds like something.
I think it goes to Libertalia.
Anyways, top 5 this week is top 5 worst leaders in fiction. Film, movies, whatever. We don't care.
Yeah,
Fiction.
I liked how this top 5 kept changing.
It was fictional.
At first, it was top 5 worst leaders in film. That's what came out Friday. So I made a list. And then you put film or television. So I adjusted my list. Well, then on, what do you call it?
Facebook?
Facebook today, you say fictional leaders. And I'm like, oh, good. All mine are real people that were in film. So, get rid of Idi Amin. Get rid of Commodus. Those are real people. They're not even fictional.
That's why I don't read it until the day of production. I know better.
I blame the fact
I don't read it till we start taping.
It's not Brian's fault. It was the fax machine. So.
Oh, it's definitely the fax machine's fault.
I thought we fired the fax machine. What's it showing up for?
I office space that fax machine.
He had
What's Brian doing?
Well, we haven't replaced the fax machine is the problem.
Sorry, it was the copier's fault. Brian, that fax machine was 2 days away from retirement, too. How dare you?
Getting too old for this shit.
Brian, you go first. What's your top 5 fictional leaders worst? Whatever.
Worst.
My number 5 is Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew, Herbert Camacho.
I thought he was awesome.
Oh, you took worse as in incompetent, as opposed to just.
Oh man, person. Come on! He put Gatorade in all the water fountains. Come on!
It was Pronto, and he was wise enough to get the smartest man alive to be in his cabinet.
You got electrolytes, Jeff. Number 5.
My number 5 is Napoleon.
From
Pig from Animal Farm.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going with Napoleon from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I was kind of worried about that.
Jiggy piggy, jiggy piggy.
No, it was the pig from Animal Farm.
Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5, I'm going to go with Principal Belding.
Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell. He's the leader of the school, and he is completely inept. I mean, if Zach Morris with his 85-pound cell phone can get him to do anything he wants.
My number 5 is Captain Ahab from Moby Dick, the book. He is not a good leader. Let the whale go, buddy. Let the whale go.
I thought it was a TV movie, and now you have a book?
It's fiction.
Well, they made a book.
But it
They made
says
a movie
film
out of it.
or television.
Really going like
Not
my-
on the. That isn't what it said on the Facebook post today.
You know what? It almost came to tomatoes and onions, okay? So shut up, Blake.
You know-
Jeff. It's been a rough day.
I'd never seen the movie Animal Farm.
I went with what the Facebook post said. It just said in fiction.
Oh, there was a movie Animal Farm out.
Yeah, they made movies. I've never
Oh,
seen
they
them,
did?
but I read the book.
I've never
Yeah,
seen it. Yeah.
I saw one of them, a version of it.
Oh.
Blake,
Okay.
what's your number 5?
Well, since I didn't read the top 5 list until today,
Mhm.
of top 5 worst leaders in film or television, I thought these were fictional too, by the way.
They are.
So I was number 5. I was like John Kreese from Cobra Kai, man.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I'll tell you what, if there's anybody that should be arrested for juvenile delinquency and violence, Jesus Christ, you can get that guy out of there.
No mercy.
Lock him up.
Number 4 for you, Blake.
Number 4, worst boss. How many bosses have you had, hire mafia hitmen to try and kill you? Like
6.
Bernie Lomax, Weekend at Bernie's.
Is that Weekend
Not
at
only did they find out he
Cobain's?
was a bad boss, he was also a dirtbag.
Is that Weekend at Cobain's?
No, that was that's
Courtney?
no, that was a Western.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I'll support anybody that talks Weekend at Bernie's. My number 4, Jeff, I actually had this one originally. It said top 5 worst leaders in film and or television. I did Amy Pascal with Sony. She is a horrible leader. Horrible.
We should go.
Well, now
we
you
should go.
fiction. Jeez, your list is everywhere, Jason.
See, we should go back into the Hobie archives and bring out those interviews we had with her.
We could get some.
By interviews with her, you mean we read the
script.
stolen emails?
Okay, reenactments. I was going to try and get people to go back and listen.
Good old Amy. Jim, number 4.
My number 4, I'm going to go Richard Hendricks, the CEO of Pied Piper from the television show Silicon Valley.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while since I saw that series. Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, he does everything wrong, and
They
except for his actual coding. The only thing he can do is actually code and write. But as a boss, he's horrible.
Number 4, Jeff.
Number 4, I hobied.
Mm-hmm.
They're from the same place from Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
I picked Robert Baratheon and Stannis Baratheon. They were both terrible leaders. Robert didn't care about actually leading a country. He just wanted to be the conqueror. So then after he got what he wanted, then he just let the thing fall to shit. Let worms get into his cabinet and run everything to shit. And then Stannis might have even been worse, trying to take over and claim that, he's the rightful heir, and he was just so stuck on, trying to be the leader, he didn't even think about what leading meant. So I went with the Baratheon brothers.
What do you mean about
and any
daughter
guy that wants to exactly any guy that wants to sacrifice his daughter so he can be king. Sure.
Well, I was going from the books. He didn't burn her at the stake in the book, at least yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find out when the next one comes out in 6 years.
You think it's going to be that quick?
No, he did burn her in the book.
It's been a while since I read it.
I don't know. It's been so
that
long,
happening,
and I don't care anymore. But you're right; they both sucked.
Like, oh.
And you kind of infringed on my territory for number 2.
Well, hold on.
That's okay. But that's okay.
But I didn't pick the same people.
Kind of.
Brian, what's your number 4?
Number 4, I have Frank Underwood from House of Cards.
Right. That would be good.
Yeah.
Is he worse than the real life person that played him, or better?
Well, I think
they're about
worse. We don't know if Kevin Spacey actually pushed someone in front of a moving train, but we know Frank Underwood did, so I'm leaning Underwood's probably worse.
That's a very reasonable way. Yep.
No, I'm not saying he didn't do it. We just are unaware of him doing it.
We have no evidence. Brian, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is the governor from The Walking Dead.
You kind of got my number 1 on that one. I'll circle back, but that's a good one. That's a good one.
Ooh. I have an interesting number 1, Jason. I wonder if ours are similar.
We'll find out.
I have a really good number 1 that no one else is going to say. So
I already said Amy Pascal.
Yeah.
Jeff, number 3.
Oh, it's to me. My number 3 is Warden Norton from Shawshank Redemption.
I didn't even think about that one.
Jerk.
That's a
He
good one.
was a pretty bad
Just
leader.
watched that last night.
So you got
It was on
Shawshank.
last night.
You got Shawshank.
He got Shawshank.
The original Shawshank.
That is on HBO Max too. Shawshank. The uncut. Let's see. Jim, number 3.
I can go Diamond Joe Quimby, mayor in Springfield.
Good old. Is he still mayor?
I think
I think
so.
he'll always be mayor.
Is Bart still 9?
Good old Joe Quimby.
10. Bart's 10.
10. Okay.
My number 3 is, I love this movie, but this character annoys the shit out of me. Lieutenant Colonel Preston Packard from Kong, Skull Island. Samuel L. Jackson's character. What the fuck, dude? leave the ape alone. Like, why are you shooting at it? You are not going to beat this thing. So fuck you. Stupid reasoning. And he killed all his half his men because of it. Let's see here. Number 2, or I'm sorry, Blake, number 3 for you.
Great. Number 3, I hobied it. And, worst place to work would be for the Empire in Star Wars. And you have to include them both. I mean, not only is Darth Vader a leader that doesn't tolerate failure, ends up choking to death all the admirals and generals, but he's also, let's think about Palpatine here for a second. Palpatine's like getting Darth Vader to recruit Luke Skywalker, who's eventually going to have to replace Darth Vader because of the rule of 2 with Sith.
So it's kind of like Disney. Hey, we're firing you. Can you train your replacements until we fire you? I
found a better replacement for you, Darth. Get your son in here.
Blake, help us out here.
And then I want you to fight to the death where he's going to kill you. There you go.
Help me out here, Blake. Who has a higher turnover rate? The Empire with Darth Vader killing everyone, or the Gotham Police?
I don't know, man. That's... Ooh. Do we count Alderaan?
No, well, that's a tough one. I'm going to say Gotham Police.
No, hold on. Grand Moff Tarkin is responsible for Alderaan.
That's true.
At least his kills were one at a time. And then, trust me, you don't want to be promoted. You don't want to be the next guy up.
I just want to sit behind the computer.
Yeah. I just want to ring in the transmission.
What's your number 2, Blake?
No, I want the guy that's going to have to file for disability later when he's in the laser cannon silo in the Death Star. That guy.
Shouldn't you have some protective gear on? Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
No. My number 2, Jeff kind of hit on it, but I just went for everybody in the Game of Thrones. There was nobody that was a good leader. They all sucked. They were all horrible. And even if they did try to do good, they either wimped or pussied out and didn't want the job, or they made stupid mistakes and got killed.
I will say I think there is one, maybe 2 that I would say weren't. No, Varys wasn't a leader. I would say the Queen of Thorns.
She screwed up. She was forced to drink poison.
Well, she ended up, being overrun, but I mean, she was still. I think Highgarden was probably one of the best run, and the book version of the Prince of Dorne.
So far,
yeah.
He hasn't been killed off yet. But yeah, I say everybody in the Game of Thrones. Crikey.
My number 2?
Bran the Broken. He fucked up big time.
He didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah, he did become the leader.
He just sat back and let it all happen.
That's what she said. Let's see here. Number 2 for me is Sutler for V for Vendetta. He was not a good leader.
That was the head of the government and the party, or
yes, the old guy. He was not a good leader. He killed children just to get in power. So there you go. And then he took away everybody's rights. Number 2 for you, Jimmy.
Number 2, let's go with Andy Bernard from The Office.
Oh, that's a good one.
He just left.
Yeah.
He took a 2-month cruise around the world.
That's good.
Or he just leaves the office and went down to Florida, or he was never there when he was in charge. So they needed like a strong leader like Robert California.
Well, I will say one of my honorable mentions, don't think I'll steal this from his list, was D'Angelo Vickers.
Oh.
In 4 episodes, I think he might have been the worst boss in that show.
Yeah.
He can't dunk.
Or eat peanuts.
I seen Michael Scott on a number of the lists, and I'm like, no, even as insane as Michael Scott would have been, he wouldn't fire you.
He produced results.
His bench was always.
It was always the best selling. The only time that the Scranton branch wasn't the best was when the Michael Scott Paper Company drove their sales down.
Business.
I could go out of business tomorrow, and I would just open up another one.
I've
got Michael.
That's another one. Jeff, number 2 for you.
My number 2 is Denethor, the Steward of Gondor.
In what?
Yeah. The Walking Tree movie, Jason.
Walking Tree movies.
Okay.
You probably would like him because he's played by John Noble.
Oh, I do love John Noble. John Noble.
I mean, watching that movie, and you're like, oh my God, this guy has completely lost it.
Man. Yeah, he's a horrible man. Horrible father.
Brian, number 2.
His thought process was kind of like Holden's in Chasing Amy. I mean, where the hell did that come from? That's not a logical step from.
Brian.
Let's see here. My number 2 was Bill Lumberg.
Nice honorable mention.
Space.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yeah. What's your number 1, Brian?
Number 1, I had. Oh yeah, Ted Mosby.
Mosby's Designs?
Yes.
Okay.
TalkTedMosby.com.
I have an honorable mention. I'm surprised wasn't on your list.
Or Ted Mosby, Sex Architect.
I'm
Any of
surprised.
them?
I'm surprised Brian didn't have Sheriff Will Teasel. Brian Dennehy's character from First Blood.
First Blood, yeah.
Oh yeah, horrible.
You know, this list changed like 4 different times, so I really didn't honestly know what to put down. So it was just kind of.
This is probably one of the longest lists I have because I kept changing on my honorable mentions.
I was surprised the intern didn't pick Jason Bringer just because he keeps changing the list on him all the time, making the intern rewrite this stuff over and over again.
Taking the high road this year. Brian appreciates that.
It wasn't.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Never once was it worst leaders in podcasting, though. It was film or movie or fictional.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think Jason fit any of those.
Jeff, what's your number one, asshole?
Jason really exists.
Or to me, my number one is Douglas Niedermeyer.
But Niedermeyer.
I mean,
just like you.
When his men end up killing him because he's so bad, you know you're pretty bad.
Jim, what's your number one?
My number one is King T'Chaka from Black Panther.
Oh, I didn't even think
he
of
had
that.
all this world-changing technology that he could have solved, like world hunger and given peace and everything. And no, he just decided to make like illusions so he could lock up all that technology in his own city and his own country and be selfish.
I see nothing wrong with this.
What a dick.
He is a dick, but I have nothing wrong with it.
wrong with it until you espouse that Killmonger is right. And
That's true.
And he should come in and take over the country and, sell guns to everybody else.
He had a rightful heir. He was a rightful heir. I had no issue with that. My number two, what is it? We on number ones now? Yeah. My number one is kind of your choice, Brian. Anybody that was in a leadership role in The Walking Dead. Fuck them all.
God damn it.
They're all fucking idiots.
Damn it, Jason.
Is that it?
My number one, I was going to come off and say everybody would expect you to say Negan because of his sextortion, murder, torture. But I was going to say the real worst leader was Rick Grimes.
He was yep.
You know, Shane had that unit together and alive before Rick showed up and screwed it all up.
Hey, we got...
Now, as somebody who's never seen it, I would think that Negan wasn't a bad leader because he got results.
Well, no, ultimately, he failed too.
Oh.
I just like how every episode, like when they were in the towns and that, they're like, hey, we got this construction equipment that works. We're just going to sit here and talk about stuff instead. Fucking get those construction equipment working. Build some moats or something.
How many deaths is Rick Grimes actually responsible for?
At least 1,000. At least.
I got this plan. We're going to go straight into Negan's roadblocks. I'll get everybody killed.
Oh, my God. Every fucking leader on that. Let's just talk about, I don't know, how about you fortify your fucking town? Ugh.
So how do you really feel?
Fuck them all.
At least the governor had things working well in his town until Rick showed up.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe Rick's the issue.
Rick is he's the actual bad guy in that whole series.
Oh, great. In 20 years, we're going to have a Netflix series of the governor's point of view. With Rick as a co-star.
You're going to find out that Rick was actually responsible for Negan's wife dying early. And he actually is the reason Negan went so bad.
Negan opens up a karate school. Let's see here. Listeners had some? Brian Ow had President Scroob from Spaceballs.
But he was
Spaceballs.
funny.
I would say, what's his name? The king, whatever, of Druidia was a terrible leader.
Oh, he was worse than Scroob. Yeah.
He set his country's shield with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 code. That's pretty poor leadership.
You know what?
Yeah, Scroob only did that with his luggage.
You know what? What about the King and Princess Bride? He was not a good leader either. He just let everything go.
Or Prince Humperdinck. Because
No,
I
the
have Prince Humperdinck as an honorable mention.
I was going to say the
Humperdinck
King.
was honorable. He's a
The
great
king-
hunter.
The king, the old crazy,
Yeah,
mentally challenged guy.
yeah. Number 4, Queen Amidala. You should have never fallen for the kid, and you should have saved the galaxy.
Well, that's what happens when you elect 14-year-olds as your as your queen.
Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Harry Ellis, the diehard executive who caused his own death. And Yoda, 875 years old and can't smell the Sith standing in front of him. Let's see.
Yoda ran the Jedi pretty bad there at the end.
Let's see here. George Menninger had It Gorman from Aliens.
Lieutenant Gorman.
Oh, okay. I thought it said It.
Lieutenant Gorman.
Psycho
That's
Gorman.
not a capital I, it's a small L.
And Joffrey.
I think George may have been drunk when he wrote that. He only gave 2. Forgot the other 3.
That's okay. That's okay. So there you go.
Big Dev went down the hall.
Deb did. He had Trump,
Big time.
Trump, George W. Bush, Trump. So there you go. Let's see here. Bad idea of the week.
Should we do honorable mentions?
We got honorable mentions up the waz here, Jay.
Okay,
so.
shoot them out real quick.
Go.
Shoot them out.
Let's
Go.
see. My honorable mentions, I had Bill Lumberg, Commodus from Gladiator, Idi Amin from the Last King of Scotland, Captain William Bligh from Mutiny on the Bounty.
Oh, Bly. Yeah, good one.
See, he was a real person, so I couldn't put it in my fictional list, but I made this list.
But
anyway.
you know, there is that flip side of Fletcher Christian was a real bad guy of that.
Oh, that's true.
Mutiny.
But and in that same lane, I put Captain Smollett from Treasure Island because he brought an entire crew of pirates on and didn't even know it. That's pretty bad leadership. Rachel Phelps, the owner of the Cleveland Indians. Xerxes from 300.
But there's only 300 of them.
Tommy Stockburn, a.k.a. White Knife from the Ridiculous Six. And General Hux.
Oh.
from the New Empire.
Yeah.
Anyone else real quick?
I have Jeremy Jam, city council member in Palmer.
You've been jammed.
You've been jammed.
Yeah.
And Cobra Commander.
I thought Cobra Commander. I forgot to put him down.
But, Jim, he did advance weather machine technology by 20 years.
And
he
I
didn't
think
use
he had
it
a
properly.
good death plan.
And he let George Bush steal it from him.
That's true. Damn Katrina. Brian, what do you got?
I had the Lannisters. I had Eddie Martell from The Replacements.
Oh, I thought you meant Rick Martel. Okay, Eddie Martell's better.
Did I say Rick Martell?
I thought you broke up for a second, okay? So simmer down, Brian. I've been defending you all week.
To who?
I don't know.
From who?
The copier. The copier.
Okay, fax machine.
Let's see. Eddie Martell, Jason Street from Friday Night Lights.
What a dick.
Terrible leaders don't get paralyzed in the very first episode.
Spoilers.
Well, if you haven't watched it now, Jason, you're probably not.
I said the same thing about West Wing, and look at me.
Yo, crippled, I want to listen to Nirvana.
That was it.
Okay. Pop Culture Cafe, our friends over there had Denethor in Lord of the Rings. Definitely Denethor. So there you go.
I agree.
Bad idea of the week this week. Number 218, The Singing Forest. Don't watch that.
No, you have to watch. Well, at least either Cinema Guys or Everything I Learned from Movies. One of them has to watch that.
Let's see here. Titles for the show. I had Never Too Old to Swing.
I have Too Old to Swing.
That's How Bored I Was. A Female Colony. It's on the shirt. Is this Libertalia? No Man's Land. And Bat Boy for President.
I had Too Old to Swing and The Popular Front of Denmark.
Jeff?
Jason still doesn't get the joke.
No, I'm just going. I'm guessing. Never mind.
I had Mrs. Apans do Elfum Bumps Itch. Intern Fax Machine versus Blake Bot. Libertalia : No Man's Land. And Genitalia's Sister Colony.
Nope. Brian, anything?
I also had Libertalia, Sister Colony, Genitalia. I had Harvey Keitel's Libertalia.
Aww.
I had Doing Digital. Blake said that earlier during listener feedback.
Double entendre.
I had Rob Lowe, Bread Watch.
Bread Watch.
And then I had COVID Tongue.
Can't put COVID in the titles. iTunes will, or Apple will flag us. Because we're not...
Pandemic Tongue.
That will still do it. Pandemic Tongue would be good. So what you got here? What we got?
Vaccine Tongue.
What about I Can't Find the Libertalia?
I like that one.
It's like Libertalia somehow is going to be in.
We got to put Libertalia in there somewhere.
Although I did like the People's Front of Denmark.
Your pick.
That's
What do you guys?
Front.
Where are you picking?
Genitalia's Sister Colony.
Nope, pick something else. Or I'm going to have to.
Well, what are you picking?
I don't know, something in Libertalia.
Libertalia.
I can't find the Libertalia.
Libertalia.
I do like it.
The People's Front of Libertalia.
Okay, I can't find the Libertalia. Roger says...
Libertalia it is.
Roger says...
Libertalia Tongue.
Roger...
Libertalia Tongue.
Roger says goodbye.
Tongue that Libertalia.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad.